Oh, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Henry. Sorry, I'm putting you guys straight into the sun. So we're here at Albert Dick Lake, and man, with all the mixed weather this past few days and days coming up, what a stroke of luck to get a bit of good weather. So the last time I was here, this water was 12 feet lower, easily 12 feet lower than where I am now. If you look back on the previous video, it's I couldn't even enter the water. Had to go to the boat ramp. So anyway, today I'm here with Ocean Quest, their professional development program. I've got Fabiola, the instructor, with me, and two of their students. The students are out here. They're heading into their graduation dives time, and so this is kind of a treat for them to come out and learn how to do some trash recovery, as well as contribute a little bit to the planet, right? Okay, I am gonna go get suited up. I'm gonna scooter back towards where that white line is right there. That's where that entire tire chain had delineated, that delineates the two ski clubs, the water ski club and the wakeboard club. And then the wakeboard guys aren't here anymore, and the city of Abbotsford couldn't wait for me to spend dive after dive to bring out like 50 tires at a time. So they got so I recommended a commercial diver, and they came down here with their outfit, and then using caterpillars, like literal caterpillars, to pull out giant tire chains, like 500 tires I think they got in one go, plus 3 of the wakeboard ramps. They pulled out, they had sunk, so they pulled out those as well, much heavier than anything I could lift, into the thousands of pounds. So I'm going to take my scooter, I'm going to run that way, and so I can see what it looks like. See if they left any tires behind. If there's any, I'll bring some back. All right, I'll see you guys in the water. So I started the dive where my truck was parked, and I scooted down to the far end of the lake, and as soon as I ducked under, I saw a bunch of tires. They were actually directly below the new white buoyed line, and I just assumed that's where I needed to search, because that would make the most amount of sense, because that's where all the tires are that fell off. They would be in a straight line. So I tossed these 3 to the shore, because I knew I didn't want to swim with them, and I knew that this was only like 2-3 minutes into my dive, and I got a lot more to go. So dropped off those 3 tires, and off I go on a second pass. I thought I headed towards sort of like the deeper pool where more tires would be, and sure enough, I saw a few more. I did actually leave a few more tires at depth, because I just figured, I'll come back for those. These are sort of more in line of the direction that I want to travel. You can see that I just deployed my little leash, hooked it up to my lift bag, and off I go to look for more treasure. It wasn't very long before I started to see the first sign of beer cans, so stopped on my way to grab a beer can and then kept going. I feel like trash cleaning is a bit of I can almost feel like an ADHD kid here. So as I'm trying to pick up the tire, I go, oh look, beer can, gotta grab that. And as I turn back towards the tire to pick up the tire, I look over to my right and I go, oh look, more beer cans. And so here's the thing, is I know I can probably find the tire again, but for me to see these beer cans again would be very unlikely. So I'm going to grab the smaller items first and toss that into my collection bag, and then I will deal with this tire, because I'm just like literally laying on top of it, so there's highly unlikely I'll lose it, even though I have actually lost tires before, because I can't actually see them in the water. So I've got 2 tires and a few beer cans, and I thought what I would do is, seeing as I'm still pretty close to the shore, I'm going to bring these tires up to the shore and then go back for more. So right now I'm at 32 feet. Ooh, cigarette lighter. ADHD kid. Still got a decent amount of air. I think I'm at 1600 psi here, so that's around half a tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these tires up to the shallows to a point where I can actually retrieve them, and I'll do a 3rd pass in the lake. You can see I'm getting shallower because the water color is starting to change. This is much more natural color. Without shore support, this is a bit of a pain in the butt. Gotta I didn't want to bother taking my fins off, so what I have to do is walk backwards, unclip each tire, toss it into the shallower water so I can retrieve it later, and off I go for a third pass. Right away I see a beer can and one of those flying, it's not a frisbee, a disc? It's not a disc, flying ring, frisbee ring disc thing. We find a lot of those actually. And as I get a little bit deeper, I find a towel. When I see these things in the water, because of they're actually covered 44 feet, 1600 psi of air, and it's actually really hard for me to tell what it is until I pick it up, and even then sometimes it's super hard. I did pick it up and realize it's a beach towel, but these things are really heavy when they're waterlogged. And I'm glad I dropped off the other 2 tires because I found one more tire. You can see here, all I'm doing is just deploying my leash, wrap it around the tire, clip it off with my carabiner, and then clip that to my lift bag. Pretty standard procedure. I think a lot of you guys are familiar with that by now. It was around this point of the dive that I ran into this sort of honeypot of just beer cans, and it was much easier just to leave my lift bag with the tire in place and then just go and swim and grab 3 or 4 beer cans as I could, and then bring them back to the stationary lift bag. The reason being is because every time I move the lift bag, I just create a huge amount of silt. So I'm 42 minutes into my dive at 49 feet, 1600 psi of gas. So I definitely have 3 minutes of decompression, which I'll do at the very end. So I just continue to pick up my handful, as many beer cans as I can carry. I ended up leaving a lot of these, but at least I know where this is now. So my next dive there, I'll either go there myself or I'll send other divers there. And you can tell I'm approaching the shallows again because the color of the water is starting to change. So now I'm around 34 feet of water. I'm 49 minutes into the dive, got about 1,000 psi of air left. So this is perfect. So what I did is I actually dropped off my lift bag with a tire at 18 feet of water, which is where I want to do my safety stop. I've got 3 minutes to go, so what I did is I took my scooter and just went sideways at 18 feet to see what I can pick up and see if any garbage. There wasn't, and I went to the left and to the right, but I came back to my lift bag with a tire, and I came back with, I think, 600 psi of air, give or take. 756 psi of air, 25 seconds left of my safety stop, and this is perfect. And I just slowly worked my way up, and that was the end of the dive. Man, what a fun dive. Got a whole bunch of trash out, found some tires. There are more tires down there. The commercial divers that were contracted to drag all this stuff out, I think they dropped the pile right at the end and just didn't realize they dropped it. So there's a big pile down there still. So that'll be another day. But that was a fun dive. These guys had a good time. Yeah, let me get changed and I'll show you what we got. Hi, Fabiola.
Hello.
Hola. ¿Cómo está? All right, 262 pounds of trash. We've got 8 tires. We've got paddle. We got, I think, 60-something beer cans. 62, I think is it. Beer cans. We got some plastic bottles. Got some glass bottles. Got this roller thing. I don't know what this is. There's a little nub on either end. I feel like that's kind of a roller of some kind that fell off something, but it was in the middle of the lake, so don't know how that got there. Used to be a rock quarry, so maybe that's a piece of machinery that was part of the rock quarry situation way back in the day. Got some solo cups, got some balls, got a length of ski rope that somebody dropped. The skateboard was in the middle of the ski area, so I suspect one of the water skier was trying to skateboard with that, or water ski off a skateboard. Got some towel, got some plastic stuff. There we go. We got the crew. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Awesome. Can't wait to get back.
All right, guys, there you go. 262 pounds of trash pulled out of Albert Dick Lake in Abbotsford. That was really fun. Appreciate the city of Abbotsford allowing us to come down here and dive in their beautiful lake. And I am... Oh, beautiful hair. I am going to bag up this trash, leave it for the city to come and pick up. Yeah, I'm going to go home, walk my dogs. All right, you guys, thanks so much for my Patreon supporters. We'll see you in the next one.